way!
Too late, fool! You will not escape! Us? What in the name of... Gary?
I'm sorry, okay? I hadn't prepped this part of the dungeon yet. I haven't had the time.
But you don't suffer from this, do you? For more than 2 years, you've helped us to enhance our tools, grow our map libraries, and given us a warm welcome in the community of map makers and game masters. We are honored to be part of this community, and all we can say is thank you.
Bring it on.
Hello and welcome everyone. Hi, my name is Till. I'm the founder of DGNFOG, and today is another welcome to the Mapness, where I will be building maps for my office games. So I'm going to continue working on the map that I have started in the previous stream. And if you have any questions or if you want me to show you something in DGNFOG, just type in the chat and let me know, and I will do my best to explain or help you with your problems. All right, so unfortunately I have a little so we've been building our real life dungeon here in my basement. We're building a little D&D game room. And I've strained my back a little bit, so today I will be not dancing the map. I will be just drawing it regularly. Yeah, so, apologies. No dancing tonight. Let's get started. Let's go into the... Wait. Yeah, there you go. Right, let's go into the map. What I've been doing here for the past couple of sessions was I was prepping a map that I'm expecting my party to soon visit. So if we look at the whole map, we can see. Let me just quickly go to decoration, and let's get rid of the map overlay. So for those of you who know the map, this is the Fane of the Night Serpent from the Tomb of Annihilations, and it is one of the regions in Omu. So at this point, probably a little warning. There are going to be spoilers. So if you're playing that at the moment, you should probably not watch. If you're part of my office group, you should definitely not watch. Everyone else is more than welcome to join me in building this map. Now the interesting part is with I think with Tuesday this week, we've introduced 2 new features that are going to be very helpful for tonight. Because if you look at the map, this is a giant map. So this is 1 square equals 5 feet. Now, let me show you. This means let me switch that to a regular rectangle, but let's reduce visibility a little bit. So 1 square equals 5 feet. The whole thing is gigantic, and although I love mapping, I'm pretty sure that my players will never really experience all the rooms in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layout that helps me to get a good understanding of how this whole temple, this whole fane is organized. And then I will pick specific areas where I believe that combat might happen. And then I will build a detailed battle map for those areas. And that is something that I have started to do quite regularly, because although I love mapping, it's quite useless if you put every detail into corridors that your players will never pass through. And the updates that we've released this week, they're going to help me a lot because now we have room templates, which means that I can take a room, save it as a template, bring it into another map, and there I can work with the original layout and just dish out the details. The other thing is that we now have the coloring options, which means that I can now start to color this map in a way where I feel like this is a nice overlay layout for me. All right, so let's get back to work. So I think the first thing I should do now is wait, did I not announce it on? Oh no, I forgot. There you go. Now you have the announcement on Discord. Thank you for the reminder. I've prepped it, but I never pressed send. Right. Okay, back to business. Okay, first of all, there is, if we look at the map, there is a little door area here that we should add. Because those doors, like if I go to the full preview, those doors, they slide back and open it with those little, I'm not sure what they're doing. Let me read that. Main gate. Main gate. When opened, the bronze doors slide into wall niches to either side of the tunnel. Snake pits. Oh, those are snake pits. Okay, all right. Got that. So we need to do something with those areas here. So let's turn down the blueprint a little bit and oh, I'm on the wrong map level, which means that was not helping at all. Okay, there you go. Oh, okay, I've did it like that. Let's go into 100%. Okay, I will do it like that, and yep, let's do it like that. So I'm going to create my corridor here. Hidden. Nope, come here. And hidden. Okay. And now I need to work with those gates because the doors in Dungeon Fog, they are locked to the grid size, so I need to do something else to create such big doors. And fortunately, there's an easy way to do that because we are using the shape tool, and we're going to use the nope, let's make it 1.6. Oh, wait, I need to press enter. Can be even 1.4. Yeah, that looks good. And it's going to be outer shadow, outline. I'm going to change the shape texture in a minute, but we're going to make it snap to grid in the center, in the corner. Yep, that's better. So this is going to be the first door, and now I can duplicate it and place it here. Great. Okay. Using shift and arrow keys, I will quickly align them. Yeah. Maybe they should not drop a shadow. Let's see how that looks. I don't like it. You drop a shadow, and you too. Hello from Pennsylvania, says Petro. Hi. Hello from Vienna. Yes, that looks quite nice. And now we need to change this to, let's make this solid white. And you are going to be the same thing. Okay, now this is pretty clear that those are doors and those are heavy doors. Oh, and New Jersey. Hello, hi. Okay, snake pits. How am I going to do snake pits? Well, you know, um, uh, oh my God, how do I spell you? Tivermod. Um, the reason I'm wearing a beanie is purely because here in Austria we're still in lockdown, which means barbers are still closed, and it is not possible to get a haircut, which means that whatever is beneath this is a terrible mess, and wearing a beanie solves a lot of problems. Okay, let's see. I think in the sewers we probably have some things that can help us here. Flavor. Oh, right. Yeah. That particular one is going to be available soon. It's still in progress, but there is going to be a little store alongside with our Dungeon Fog marketplace where if you really want to and if you really like to, you can have those things as well. Now look at that. This looks perfect, but it looks a little bit useless if placed just like that, because then it's just a little, you know, iron bars on the floor. So we are going to combine them, and I think we're going to use our trap section for that. Traps, because here we have square pits, and we can make a big one here. Soon, Damien. Don't worry, very soon. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and that was a little bit. I need to realign this one and this one too. Okay, let's put them in a group. Where am I? Here am I. Square pit, square pit, square pit. Pits. Because now I can take the whole group and do the final adjustment. Okay, that looks good. One, 2, and 3. So what I'm going to do is, I previously said that I don't want to map every room to all the details. What I still want to do is, I want to have all the crucial information that I as a game master need while playing on the map. If I'm looking on the overview, I want to know what's important about this room. Because A, it helps me to memorize. while we are doing this and I'm reading up on everything and I'm drawing it, I'm pretty sure I will know when we're playing that, I will know from memory, because I made the map for that, and I placed all the things. So this is a great way for me to keep, like, to memorize stuff. But even if not, having a few details in every room that kind of create the character of the room or reflect the character of the room will help me to at least know or remember what it was about. And then we will definitely also add a room name and a room number accordingly to the original adventure, so I can quickly flip to the page and read. Um, uh, SJ Ninja says, I would love to change the I assume you're talking about props. You would love to change the width or height of a prop um, without automatically adjusting the aspect ratio of the whole prop. Um, so there is a reason for that why we didn't do this in the first place, and that is because the asset gets distorted, and it looks really terrible if you're distorting assets. But it has been requested so often that we've built a little mechanic in there to allow you to do that, which is at the moment not very convenient to do. So it is on our to-do list for things that we want to tackle, but it's definitely going to be somewhere later down the road because, again, I can quickly show you what happens to this lattice if I'm going to distort it. It's not going to look great. And we can also then quickly look at a way of doing the same thing without a prop by using the shape tool to draw something that kind of resembles what we want to do here. But first of all, let's look at how we can do this. Okay, so I'm going to save my map. I'm going to the asset manager. And here I have all the Dungeon Fog assets, and here I have all my collections. A collection is basically something like a, well, how do you explain that? It's your favorite collection, so you're building your own prop library in a collection. And you can do this either by dragging and dropping stuff over, or if you already have a map where you feel like, okay, those props I'm going to use quite often, you can create a collection from the current map. Yeah, so create a collection. Let's name this Fane Assets, and wherever it is, it should be under F. Here we have the lattice, and I can go in there and I can say that it now has a width of 4, but a height of 2. Sorry, I need to confirm that. And as you can see, it will get distorted. There's no way that we can overcome this, at least for now. But so this is what it is. Now I can click save, and my lattice will be, if I'm going to use it, if I go back to the editor, those are fine because they are already placed on the map. But I have created in my props, I have created under my collections, Fane, I have now created a distorted lattice. And arguably you could say, oh, it still looks fine, and I agree. But it is distorted. And if you want to do something to an artist to really upset him, is you start distorting his assets. So the The thing is, there is a different way to do this. Like, for example, let's park this here for a second. If we want to really create something like the doors, there are no doors in there that can be so big. So what if this should be one asset instead of those three? What if they should be connected and this should be one snake pit? So what we can easily do is we can easily place those three props, and now we need to gently connect them somehow. The only way to do this in Dungeon Fog at the moment is you can use the shape tool or the brush tool to do that. So I could go in using my brush tool, and let's do that for a second. So this is going to get an inner shadow, no outer shadow, and I'm going to do this. Probably those props were above walls. No, they were not. Where are you? There you are. Oh, wait. Where are you? Interesting. So this has an outline, inner shadow. What about? Oh, you're above walls. Yes, you are. Okay. Above walls, above walls, above walls. You shouldn't be above walls. And you might be... Yeah, sorry, I messed them up. They accidentally were part of this room and they were set above walls, so I didn't realize that until I tried to do something with them. So let's fix that. Okay, let's come back to this one. So if I place it above this, and I'm going to give it just solid blackness, it's not, it's a little bit connected. It's still not looking, I'm not happy with that. I feel like I'm not happy. So if we go in there, we can continue doing that. We can still try to make it work, which means that now we're going to use the brush tool. No, let's go for black. Wait, I said black. Oop, wrong direction. And we need to play a little bit with the softness. Okay, so this would be no softness at all. This is not going to help us. Let's put it up a little bit. Okay. The problem is we will never get rid of those because they are baked into the asset. Well, the pit would be distorted as well, and it would be even more obvious because it is distorted so much. So the only option I would have to do, the only thing I could do is I could go in and say, okay, I'm going to build the whole thing by hand. So I'm going to do this, and now I'm going to use different shape tools, like you know what? Let's stay precise. So let's go over here and we know it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 3. So okay, So it's going to be 3. Okay. So you don't need an inner shadow. You don't need an inner shadow. You don't need an inner shadow. And you also don't need an inner shadow. And the whole thing needs to be black. And now we can go and start working with transparencies here. So we're going to, where's the light coming from? From here. So this is going to be darker. This is going to be a little bit darker. Where's it? Let's bring it down to 50. And this is going to be 50 as well. So now we have that pit. And now we can start and group that. Wait. Oh no, oh no. I forgot one. Oh. Undo. Black. I should have added the black as well. Okay, there you go. Now we have that new pit and we can scale it down a little bit. And now we can add those and scale them up a little bit. Okay, so our pit has to get a little smaller. And now, okay, now let's get rid of the old pits. Okay, we can put them in the group. Stay up there. So this is my new pit. Now we can take the whole thing and move it down here. Okay. So this would be another way to do it. Again, it is, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. There's a little bit more work, apparently, because you have to draw the whole thing yourself. But it's still doable. So if you're looking for ways to do this, what I've learned, what is quite helpful is, especially when you're working with shapes, go big. You can always scale them down into position. So working with the grid and shapes, do something like that, and that helps me. If you watch one, I think last Welcome to the Mapness, we were building a grid, like a lattice, with shapes, so that is doable as well. Okay, but let's continue here. Okay, so we want to, what is that? What is there? To Omu. Okay, that's not very helpful because I know they're coming from Omu. So let's leave it like that. I will call this entrance. So I will put a text here that says, currently it says something in German, and it's going to be entrance. Let's give it a little white border. Do we want? Nah. No. Okay. So this is going to be the entrance, and now we're starting with room number 1. This is room number 1, and it is. Let's make this. I like my labels like that. I think this is cool. Text color, zip, and this should be. Which font, which font, which font was the other one? I can't remember. Was it that one? No. Okay, I have to look. It was Grenze Gotisch. That sounds very German. Okay. And let's make this a little bit bigger. Font size could be 40. Oh, no. 36. Okay. And I will place it here. Will asks, hi, I was wondering if there was a way to change the token outline thickness. It is very thick by default. That's a really good question. Apparently no. What you can do is you can get rid of the token outline. So if I let me make a token here. For example, this one with the giant centipede. If I would place that here, it still has this token border, but I can go in there and say, nope, no border. Then it becomes like more like the actual asset and less this chip looking token. Yeah. So unfortunately, no, you can't change the border thickness at the moment, but if you feel like you would really love to do that, just drop us something in the wish list in our DGNFOG Discord, and we will add it to the things that we want to do. And once we are tackling, the next time we're tackling the, what was it? The advanced interface for the Game Master's view, then we will probably have the time to tackle this as well. Okay, so let's continue. So this is room number 1, and because that doesn't help me a lot, how is it called? Main gate. Okay, let's add still another text to this. This is, because again, this is going to be purely for myself, so I can do with the text and placing down the stuff wherever I like. Main gate. I could actually, I think I'm going to do it like this. One main gate. Nope, I'm not going to do this. I think this is more helpful. For a quick reference, let's do it like this. Okay. So, number 2, room number 2. So that's basically what the main gate does, is it has the snake pit and a lot of guards. Beyond the main gate, there are 3 pits covered with iron grates. Well, now there's one big one. The brood guard. Oh, okay. If hostiles attack, they remove the covers and they will remove it to form a defensive line, so people are charging and dropping into the pit. How nice. Room number 2. That's basically it. That's all this room does. So room number 2 is this one. Let me go back to 100% here so we have a better view on that. And this one is the Hall of War. Okay, let's first of all label this 2. I have to do, am I going to, interesting. I will test something in a second. Okay, so this is going to be the background color, this is going to be the text color, and it's going to be the Grenzgotisch with font size 36. So I'm wondering if I pick room settings and apply them to another room. Ah, no, it doesn't. Okay, so this is unfortunate because it means I have to do this manually, and it will most likely end on our to-do list to even copy the label settings for rooms. So this one, and there's something happening in there. Let me show you. Here we have a giant snake statue, plus we have a few columns in there and some crates. Is there anything else on the floor? No, the rest is just decoration. Okay, so let's start with the snake statue. This is going to be interesting. I think I'm going to do with an outer shadow. I'm going to do this, and now let me see if I have a snake. Snake? Well, not in my collections, but probably here. Animals, snake, nice. Let's take that. Let's make it big. And let's put it here. But since this is a statue, I will desaturate it, make it a little bit darker, probably a little bit transparent so it picks up the texture. Okay, that looks good. And now we have those columns. Well, columns we have a lot, so I'm going to go for column fantasy. There's a very simple one, and that is quite nice. I will use that. Snap to grid, where are you? Oh, unfortunate. Okay, so let's do it manually. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have those cards. I'm going to use this one. So there's one card here and one card here. So what's with this elevation there? I need to read again. Heading into the city. In the western alcove. Oh, okay, but well, those are the alcoves. The alarm is raised if the statue. I think this is. I'm not going to read the full thing while we're on stream because this is terribly boring for you. I'm just going through the book quickly because I would like to know why this is here, and I think I know why. Because it needs to shelter people from looking what's in the alcoves. Yeah, Cobra statue, we've already have that. Supply wagons are empty. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so this is purely aesthetical and probably more like for a little bit more to emphasize what's behind that so players would not see it immediately. We're still going to do it though. So this is going to be interesting because I'm wondering how I could make this shape. I think I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to create a circle, which is, wait, I'm using the brush. This is not helping. I'm using the shape tool. Just a tad more. There you go. I'm going to use the shape tool to create this. And now I'm going to edit the shape. No snap to grid for me, please. And, oh, pardon me, subtract. There you go. And now we can sort this at the bottom. So now we have this little area as well. So there was a question here. Is there a way to get more props like those DGNFOG provides? So first of all, we're releasing monthly prop packs. So every month we're releasing 25 to 50 new props condensed in a pack. If you're looking for props that are within the same art style, there is you can go and browse. There are a lot of artists out there, like for example, 2 Minute Tabletop has a beautiful art style. Forgotten Adventures has a beautiful art style that kind of fits what we are doing. Keora apparently has an amazing art style that fits what we are doing. And if you're following their Patreons, they offer their monthly prop packs or their prop bundles through their Patreons as well. Now the good news is that we are working on our marketplace where we are going to invite all those artists to sell their assets on the marketplace, and we are also investigating different ways to bring those assets. For example, if you're already a Patreon to those artists, that you can access them directly through DGNFOG. Now this is work in progress and we're still not finished to release the marketplace. There's going to be a marketplace beta by the end of this month, and over the summer we will then start working on more ways to bring more artists into our marketplace, and B, bring more ways into the way DGNFOG works, so that if you are already a Patreon to a specific artist, you might be able to get those assets through your Patreon directly. So I hope that answers your question. This is the war room, so we're going to take this and make it the, war room. Okay, so those pits are interesting because in those pits there are basilisks, and they are trained not to look at the guards and not to look at people who are being escorted in here by guards. But if you're going solo in there and you're not welcome, they might look at you, which is pretty unfortunate. So I would like to make me a little reminder that there are basilisks, although I'm afraid I do not have lizard. Do I have something like that? No. Okay. In that case, I will do something else. Oh man, I wish our Symbolican library would already be in there. Then I could place a little symbol there. Can I do... So this is going to be more like a little warning to myself that there is something important and most likely deadly in there. And we're going to do a little note there. Basilisk. Basilisk, yeah, there you go. But this is not a room name, so I'm going to make this 24. No, that's not helping. Let's do it like that. And like that. Okay. Now let's continue with smaller columns down here. Doop. Doop. Oh, separate room. Okay, well then, let's just continue like that. Could it be there for Basilisk? Yeah, could have done that too. Actually, I will do this because I'm pretty sure if we are going to play next week and I have a stat skull with Basilisk standing there, I might be like, there are dead Basilisks in there. So let's get rid of that and let's just make this a B. Okay. So what about this corridor? I don't think that it even has a number. Oh, it does. This is the Hall of Serpents. The walls of this pillared hall bear reliefs of giant serpent and its unity worshippers doing terrible things. Doing terrible things. That's actually what stands there. Okay. So this is more like frescoes. Still, it needs to be label number 3. I'm going to put that here. Okay, this was 36. And this is Hall of Serpents. Okay. Next up is number 4, and number 4 is the armory. Boop, boop. Okay, I'm not sure if that is a question or a reminder that I should save, but Val BGM says autosaves question mark. So there is an autosave mechanic in Dungeon Fog that is working as a backup in case your browser crashes. So the second you save your map for the first time, you we are saving all the progress in your IndexedDB in your browser. Like there's a browser database that we can write to that saves your local version, even if the browser crashes. This version still is active. If you want to save your map to our servers, though, you still need to press Control S or the save button eventually, because that only triggers that the whole map data is being sent to our servers and is being stored on our servers. Which means that you can run into the issue where you have two different save versions. You have, for example, if you've been working on your main PC at home, and you kept a local version there, and then you worked on the map on a different PC and stored it on the server, we're detecting a conflict, and then we will ask you which version would you like to use. Would you like to use your local version or the server version? But there is a kind of an autosave mechanic in there to make sure that nothing gets lost if the browser crashes, or if you forgot, which happened to me, if you forgot to load your laptop and it suddenly dies, or if Windows decides to do an update unannounced. So there are ways to save that, but a regular autosave to the database does not exist. Hi Femboy! What's happening today? Well, I'm drawing maps. And thank you for the follow. And I'm doing the Fane of the Night Serpent for my office game that is going to take place next week. Yep, I think I forgot to change you. There you go. Okay, so armory. Yeah, let's put some crates in there, and probably some armor rack. That's perfect. Let's put an armor rack here and here. Let's do one here and crate. Let's do some crates here, because again, I'm not going to map every detail. I'm just doing minor details, and then we're going to pick a specific encounter map that we're going to then work out the details. Fanboy asks, have you played through all the way, or are you doing this dungeon as its own thing? The answer is, we are playing Tomb of Annihilations now for almost 2 years. I think we're already playing it for 2 years now. So we're playing the full thing. And I made a lot of house rule changes in the way that we've played it. So, how's it called? I'm not sure how it's called in English, because we're playing in German. So Nyanzaru, the starting point, we've spent almost, I believe, 8 to 10 sessions there, spinning a plot of political intrigues and just letting my players learn the ways around Chult. Nope, don't worry. I can almost talk and draw at the same time. And then we went into the jungle exploration, and there I had a lot of fun doing jungle. So we've spent almost a year just for them going from Mesro to Kirsabal, exploring the Firefinger and the Heart of Uptau. And I think before Christmas or after Christmas, they finally arrived in Omu, and now they are starting there, and now they are hunting all those puzzle cubes, and I'm throwing several factions at them who have established their bases there, and they are at war at the moment. So they're not going to be in the Fane soon. But you never know, so I rather have some parts of the map prepped already. Um, I don't think, however, I don't think that they will be like, they're not going to play this as a dungeon or as a dungeon crawl where they are fighting room for room. I think this is more like going to be a social encounter area where I can show them areas and say, okay, this is how the Fane looks like, but you're not allowed to go here, and guards will not let you pass through specific areas. And I feel like they will not explore the full dungeon, but they will probably focus on specific areas, and then leave. So that's why I'm also not mapping out everything here. What is this room? Yeah, I know. I know, but my players are clever, so I know that if they are going to get here, however they are going to get here, so the only thing that might happen is that they get captured and they're going to be here as prisoners. Um, then they will fight the way out. But I'm pretty sure they're not going to fight their way directly through the main entrance, but they will use something like the lower areas here, and they will try to escape from here somewhere. However, there are going to be a few things. Also, they have allies in here. They already have made allies under the UNT, so they will have help. Um, 4. Where's room number 5? Okay, room number 5 is up here. And this is Phantasa's quarters. Right. So, ooh, I've heard a lot of good things about the Frost Maiden campaigns. Fanboy says I'm hoping to run my first dungeon crawl next weekend through the new Frost Maiden campaign. One of my players is DMing that, and he says it's amazing. Thank you for the follow. Um, He says it's amazing. So good luck, man. Enjoy it. Have fun. Okay, so this is where Phantasa is living, and Phantasa is she is going to be most likely an ally. So there's going to be meetings here at least. And we have pillows. Far East. Let me see. What pillows do we have here? Lost Civilization. I like those. Let's put them here. Okay, so what else can we put in here? Let's see, what did Mike Schley put in here? I'm not really sure what that is. So Phantasa, I think she's going to have a little shrine in here. So we will put right. Shrine. No shrines in here. Oh, I know what I could do. I think she would like that. Okay. And I'm already starting to do details. I said I don't want to do details, so stop me from doing details here. Let's just... No, I don't need to change the color because we're going to make this a black and white map. 5. Background color, text color. this one 36. Let's put it up here. And then, Jesus Christ, Tasa. Phantasas. Waters. I think I have no spelling mistake in there. So, ba-ba-bum. Yeah, let's do it like that. Okay. So you're asking, are you wanting to continue playing in Chult after the end of the adventure? No. So first of all, I don't know why. We've been playing Curse of Strahd before, and we've been playing Curse of Strahd for almost 3 years, and we had a lot of fun playing that. Like really, it was amazing. I'm not really enjoying Tomb of Annihilations. It's not that I don't like it. I like it still a lot. It's just not, for some reason I can't put my finger on it, but I'm not 100% into that. So what I'm currently doing is I'm writing a completely new campaign that is going to be homebrew from zero to the end. And I have about 2 chapters almost finished, and now I have actually found a book, or a book series that I'm reading at the moment. It's a German book series called The 13th Paladin, and it's amazing. It's flat out like an instruction guide on how I want to structure the other chapters, and many great ideas and inspiration there. So this is going to be my own. I'm going to write a new thing. Well, unfortunately, Jonas, yes, I'm only playing D&D because I like to DM, and I'm very like I'm after 6 years, 7 years of playing D&D 5th edition. I'm really used to it. I'm homebrewing a lot of stuff by now because there are things that I'm not quite happy with, and that I think could be improved, so I'm improving them myself. But because of, like, let's call it the infrastructure with D&D Beyond and all my minis and everything, I stick with 5th edition because I'm quite happy with it. And I hardly ever play as a player. So I have been a guest player in Dead Aussies Gamers Fate games, through the Breach. Andy, our lead developer, made a few games, ran a few games. So I've been playing. What was it? What was it? I can't remember it right now. What's it called? Was it Dungeon World? No, what is? I can't remember at the moment. I've been playing Cthulhu, um, and some of the uh, it's getting late here. My brain is like shutting down. So I've played a few of the systems that Guy has invented, Guy Sklenders from How to Be a Great GM. Um, oh, Legend of the Five Rings. I've also heard from another player that it's quite interesting. So being a player is fun, but for me personally, being the game master is more fun. So whenever I can, I will pull that responsibility on me, and I will say I will GM you. Um, Okie doke. let's at least finish this row here because I'm slowly getting tired. I don't know why. It's been a long day today. So let's try to finish this row. And then we will see 6, 7, and 8. So, oh, this is an interesting one. So this is room number 6. And it is up, like this, like that. Font size 36. Let's put you, I don't know where I'm going to put you. Let's put you here. Number 6 is the sacrificial chamber. Sacrificial chamber, there you go. Okay, so we have an altar here with some lines, things where the blood can flow into pools, and then it will be. So here's how it looks in the game. So we're going to try and reproduce this as good as we can, and I think what altars do we have? Church? No, that's boring. Dragon? No. Dwarves? Nice, but no. Orcs? That's a little bit too aggressive. So we're going to use a sarcophagus for that. Because I think there are some quite nice ones in there. Flavor, Orcs, Victorian. Nah, I'm not impressed either. Well then, let's draw our own one. So, we're going back to, let's say, 2. This is outer shadow outline, that's nice, so let's go at 200%. We need some room and space here to draw that. Snap to grid, so we're going to make it like that. And now we're going to, yes. Careful, I want to add to you. Okay, so like that. And now we are going to do a second shape. Let's play around a little bit with that. Let's do a second shape, make it smaller. But I think we should get rid of... Oh, what about we inverting that? Oh, interesting. But the snap to grid is bugging me here. Okay. Undo. Well, the snap to grid is helpful though. No, it's not. It's just not helpful. Hey, I wanted to subtract here. You're not liking me. Why are you? Okay. Okay, now at least it's subtracting. I still don't know why it is. Okay. Okay. And now this is not perfect, but I can live with that for now. Let's make this even smaller. Because you, my friend, are going to get an inner shadow. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. .6. I think that will be good. Snap to grid. Yes, perfect. Let's keep it simple. This looks better. But I still want to, because that's what I initially wanted to do. 0.5. Inner shadow. Yes, 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 yes. Interesting, but you should be here. Okay, so this looks like a sacrifice altar to me, which is fine. And now we need to do this. And the best way to do this would probably be, let me first group that. Altar. Beep. Let's get rid of you. Have a great Easter to you all, says Jonas. Well, happy Easter to you as well. We are going to, I hope, if the weather stays as it is, we're going to hide eggs in the garden, and my daughter is going to search for them. It's going to be fun. Coming back to this one, I think so. The most obvious way to do this would be to go for something like this and now try to draw it. But I'm not sure if I can actually. Let's make it square. Let's make it like that. Like, because I'm not sure if I can do the roundings as they were in there. If I can do them as nicely. So those are inner shadows. Yes, inner shadow. Okay. So let's bring back the altar. Okay. And now we can do those, and I'm pretty confident that I can do those shapes quite easily because I'm going to make this 2. 2 is too much. 1.5. That was helping me before, so I'm going to make it like this. No, stop. I didn't want to be. Oh no, I've added to this. Delete. And save, because I feel like I need to. Sometimes the shapes, like if you edit a single shape, the shape tool can confuse WebGL, and then the best thing you can do is just save your map, reload, and make sure that you're not working with a broken WebGL version. Okay, so you should not be part of that, and the easiest way to do this is just to get rid of you. Okay, finish shape. We're done with you. I want to create a new shape. Yes, there you go. And I'm going to create one here. We're going to duplicate that because now I want to My bad. Edit and add to it. And just a little bit more. There you go. Because now if I take that and duplicate it, make it smaller. We can place it here, but we can say it has an inner shadow. And now we just need to add to that. Okay, so now we have this beautiful little pool basin that we're going to group again. Basin, whoop, whoop. So now we can duplicate and place. Okay, and I think what we should do is, although it's going to be black and white, so it doesn't really matter if we are giving them blood colors, but for us to remember it, we will just do it now. Yeah. Colorize. There you go. Same for you. And you. Okay. Let's save again. So what's up here? This is room number 7. Background color, black. Text color, white. Font size, 36. And where has my last label been? There you go. Let's pick you. This is the Evil Oracle. Okay. Evil Oracle. That sounds ominous. Steam rises from a stone basin filled with viscous black and purple liquid. 3 serpentine creatures surround the pool. Each has the head and upper body of a dark-skinned woman and the lower body of a snake. Stone basin filled with black and purple liquid. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce it. Basin, basin, basin. That would be the French version. Or in German, we would say basin. Basin. The basin. Okay, I will. You will have to remind me a few more times. Basin. We have beautiful fountains here that will work perfectly if I fountain, if I will spell it properly. So, this is going to be a vote. Are we going to use this one, which is kind of almost perfect for this? Teora has to offer this one, which is also nice. And I think under well, probably it was well. Here we have this one, very classic. Well, I don't want a square one. Victorian outdoor. And then something like this. And I just recently used another one. I can't remember where it was. It was, which one was it? Nope, not in here. Wilderness, was it in here? No. Wastelands, nope, definitely not wastelands. I think it must have been. Was it in the sewers? I don't think so. Hmm. There it is. Look at that. Fountain. Okay. So we have this or this. Can one rename map symbol library names? So that you can give them your own tag or search name in your own libraries, like in your own collections. If you add them to collections, you can rename them, and there you can do that. Um, we are Internally, we are already reworking the way that we organize assets, very, very similar to we're doing it with Deus, where you can then tag them. So you can change the name and you can tag them, so that you can kind of rename them, reorganize them in a way that how you would structure them. So this is currently the backend and the databases are being written for that. And I believe it might still take until midsummer to late summer until we have everything in place, because then we need to port all our assets into the new system. But I'm pretty confident that in fall this year you will already have the new prop library with all the new organization features in there, and you will then be able to rename them, tag them, search them in a way that you like it better. So we are working on it. It's not finished yet though. Okay. Is there a preference from you? Which one would you like to see? I know which one I will most like. If you're not saying anything, I will pick one. Um, okay, I can already tell you that this one, because this is a UNT place, this is out, this is out. I still think this one's nice. I don't like this one. Now, though I like I like it, but I feel like the bottom one on the right. Now, sorry, I probably have removed it. Which one was it? Let me see. Undo, 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 undo. The bottom one on the right. This was the first one I've removed, right? Yes. Okay. So I like it too. The only thing is, again, this is a UNT place, and because we're talking about serpents, this one is my favorite. Um, and also because I already know if I want to recolor that, I can have it like with purple glowing stuff in there. Still useless because it's going to be a black and white map. I have to remind myself about that. Okay, but at least someone said something, so this is not out of the game, because if you say this is better, then it will be better. Any last opinions? A, B, A, B. Which one is it going to be? This one I think is not going to help. No, no, let's remove that one. Okay. So, Dragon Fountain. Illyrion. Illyrion. What do you think? Would you be fine with the dragon? With the dragon thing? The fish one. I assume you're talking about this one if you're saying the fish one. Okay, amazing. So we've settled that. Let's see what else is in there. I think there isn't much in there. Yeah, it's just swirling stuff and light. Now we don't do light for this map. Okay. Okay, because it's 10 p.m. here and I'm getting tired. So before I'm calling it a day, let me show you. Whoop, let me go back. And let's turn this off. So we're still getting there. It's a slow process, but that's fine because it's a giant map. I would like to show you the new features that we've introduced because one of them is we're too far out here. Let's go back in 60%. I think that will help. One of them is that you can now use color filters on your map. So even though the map is colorized at the moment, I can activate the color grading. I did this one, the one at the back. This isn't from me. This is the official map from Tomb of Annihilations that was created by Mike Schley. And I basically just photocopied it out of my book and imported it here to have it as a blueprint. So color options, I can activate them. If I do not activate them, let's keep them deactivated for now. I can work with the brightness of the map. So I can do brightness adjustments here, but I can also do contrast adjustments here. Which I'm not going to do at the moment because first of all, I'm going to add a filter. Now, if I go here, I can select color filters. And there are many filters in there. Like if you look at all the categories, this is a giant collection of helpful, probably not so helpful, useful, probably not so useful filters, very much depending on what you would like to do with the map. For me, I'm going to look at the black and white versions here. So we could have high contrast, low contrast, digital contrast. I think that one works best. Black and white, high contrast. Okay. Let's see. Because now I can still go in and okay, high contrast is too much. There you go. Now we're slowly. That's too much. I like it. So now I have a black and white version of my map, and when I export it, I could even print it on my home printer without eating through the color cartridges. Yeah, it's really nice. Let me just quickly 120 so I can memorize it. 100%, 160, 120. Let's see what else is in there. Let's just click through some of them. So I could go sepia, reset color settings. Let's not let's not play with contrast and brightness. Let's stick just with the filters. Sepia 2, Sepia 3. Sepia 3 looks quite nice. Very nice. Maybe I stick with that one. This is just in the mono area of film filters. There are film color filters. I haven't found one that I really like at the moment. Jurassic. Okay. Dusty Orange. Endgame. Robot Action. Toxic. If well, if you're playing with night vision, this might be interesting. But we're not going to use one of those. Popular looks. Apocalyptic action. Well, probably you can't really see much of that. We should, you know what we should do? We should go closer to the fountain. Blind Hero. Okay. There's a lot of blockbuster stuff in there. Chocolatier. Interesting. Flower Power. Max 1, Max 2. Okay, I'm not sure if underwater. That might be interesting for if you have a map and you just want to put it underwater. That could be helpful. Not sure if I'm ever going to use some of the other things there. Stock film base. Oh, this looks like official film filters. We might need to rework or rename them to be helpful. Vintage. Stylized. Okay, I think they are interesting ones. 90s action, 90s bleach, strong contrast, aliens. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Alien 3 actually might be a good one for underwater too. Alien 4 is interesting. Cold isolation, color shift. Corrupted green. No, I wasn't kidding. Like Andy, our lead developer, he went and he said, oh, look, I found a library with a ton of filters in there. Do you want me to integrate all of them? And I said, well, you know what? Let's build a list of favorites. And we did that. And then he said, oh, I found a way to make all of them accessible through a search filter. And I said, okay, well, then let's go for that. And now we are working on a favorite system where we are going to add our team picks in there. And eventually you can add your own favorites in there as well. So yes, because I feel like it's amazing to have a huge variety of options, but you can get smashed with options, and at some point it's not helpful anymore, but it's more disturbing because you're giving up. I remember when I did the video cut for the IMAP video, I was playing around with filters in Adobe Premiere, and there are so many. It was like, oh my god, I'm just looking for a black and white filter, and it was getting painful to scroll through the whole list. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen here. Nightfall, Purple Rain. Stylized retro. I think there were some funny things in there. So this is the Atari look. Black and white comic book. Well, black and white comic book extreme. Okay. Diffusion noise, friend diffusion, friend. Game Bob. I like that one. Those are amazing. Not sure if I'm ever going to use them. Maybe if we're playing Cyberpunk and I have like like a sentry camera that looks into rooms. I agree. Having the you know, the thing about user experience development is that you have to find balance between giving many options but making them easy to digest. So we need to find the clever way, the right mix between we're giving you hundreds of filters, but if you're not into browsing them and clicking them like I'm doing right now, clicking through all of them, there should be an easy way, like again, something that's called team favorites, where we recommend filters for you, and then your own favorites section where you can add favorites yourself. And then I feel like then it's okay to have such a giant palette of stuff. Spectrum love. Wow. Okay. ZX. Amazing. Okay, so let's go back to what I had before, and that was film mono, black and white, high contrast with 160% and 120%. There you go. Okie dokie. So as you can see, making them red was completely useless because this is going to be a black and white map here. Let's save this, and we are going to pick this up. I'm not sure if I'm going to, because now that I might need this finished before next week. So I probably will continue working on the map and finish it over the weekend. But next week we might be picking one of those rooms and do a detailed encounter map for one of those rooms. Yes, I've seen the favorite system already. If you want to, we can quickly throw a look at the test server, and I can show you how it's looking at the moment. So I will go to the test server. That's an interesting test map. Well, okay. So for the text tool, was it here? Yes. We have, come back. Where did you go? Okay. So for the text tool, we have implemented, or we are currently in the process of implementing the whole Google font library into the text tool. Now we're talking about, I don't know, probably 1,500 fonts. And also the Fonticon library from Michela Grazzini, who did the Kickstarter campaign. Now, when we're talking about 1,000 fonts, you need a system where you can organize the stuff. So here we have all the display fonts that are accessible, and for some of them at least. So I think a preview would be helpful. Handwriting, okay, monospace. Because some of them also have like all the settings, like italic, bold italic. So you can search them, and you can say, I don't know, let's say I want the overpass. I don't know how it's looking. Oh, is it that already? Well, still, we still need to think about a better way to preview them. Let's look at the display fonts. I think they're the most interesting. That's a nice one. So you can search for, let's say, Montserrat. There you go. You can add it to your favorites. Now you have it in your favorites. You can remove your favorites. So this is work in progress. This is what we're currently working on. And once we've established a good way to work with that, apparently we will take the whole system and do it for the other areas as well. So this, I think this is the only thing that is currently being new on the test server, because everything else has been pushed to live recently. So guys, happy Eastern. I hope you enjoy your Easter I hope you have Easter holidays. I hope you can enjoy them. I will definitely enjoy them. It was quite a busy time in the past couple of days, so we are. I'm looking forward to relax a little bit and spend time with my family. Have a great time. I hope you find the time to play over Eastern. And we will see each other next Tuesday when we are going to be looking at DGNFOG stuff. I don't know what we are going to look at, but we will definitely see next Tuesday when it's the next community stream. And until then, I say thank you very much and happy map making. See you. Bye.